Hello, dear friends. Few understand that to change the world, it's enough to change oneself. Others, however, want the world to change but make no effort. Until the unconscious become conscious, it will control your life and you will call it destiny. The more Christian one's conscious is, the more paganly one's unconscious behaves. Sign it, Carl Gustav Jung. Opinion piece. Journey to consciousness. From the unconscious to the conscious. You are much more than you think. Stay tuned for the next few weeks. The clamour of the dark ones will be shrill. Pope says Jesus' message is not eternal. Let's start. The process of transformation of planet Earth and ourselves is moving forward, which only the awakened perceive. The intention is to awaken more people. In the meantime, the number of living and awakened beings seeking to understand life has increased. It is observable in the general development, but the noise continues to drown out the silent progress in the hearts of many. Until the vast majority awaken, the final breakthrough cannot occur. Remember that to ensure long-term peace, freedom must be fought for from the bottom up, says Peter B. Mayer. Planet Earth is becoming a different world with new realities revealing themselves step by step. It is imperative that humankind sets its course so that the light at the end of the tunnel doesn't stray from its course. Although it may seem that there is no way out of our current situation, where the dark powers still seem to have the upper hand, the reality is clearly different. Their battle for planet Earth is definitely lost, and we have won it. The energy for the final step of the breakthrough is building up among the people, and one day that no one can predict, totally unexpectedly, the full extent of all the lies will come to the light and be seen by the masses. The purpose of our life is consciousness. The mission of the dark side, always and everywhere, is to allow the few to exploit the many. The debt-based monetary system is a clever way to achieve this. The modern world of industry, trade and investment operates on a win-win program. Only government, with its battles, wars and taxes, and its do not to do orders and provisions, will operate on a prehistoric schedule, namely, fleece the population as much as possible, without it rebelling. Restoration. If planet Earth introduces another matrix system based on four main factors, environment, health, food and happiness, more jobs will be created to restore and improve our world naturally. When people wake up, they realize that the purpose of life is different from the policies in place, which strips citizens to the bone, and it is not understood that these policies have never been able to produce any positive effect. Be happy with your healthy life. Forget about the dark side because it is already eliminated. Some say that money can buy happiness, but money can only buy material things. Real wealth comes from within. For example, by using real money, making real things, and providing real services, which is the opposite of the debt. This needs no further explanation. Everyone accepts a gold coin as is. No track record, no balance sheet. This is how real money works. It closes transactions. You accept payment and the account is settled. The iniquitous care less and less that, in this theatre of illusion, the public discover the holes in the disintegrating landscape that was once considered real. The house of cards is crumbling. As a result, more and more of us see the strings that direct the puppets. The awakened watch how the puppeteers pull the strings, and they are no longer hidden in the shadows of before. All that comes to us at the right time and in the right moment is cosmic intelligence directing all movements in the infinite universe, from a cloud in an atmosphere to the movement of the galaxy. It is perfect organization, permanently ordering and harmonizing. Otherwise, billions of planets and stars could not follow their orbits without colliding with each other. When the humankind's consciousness is raised, it promotes a gradual movement in this quadrant of the universe. Often someone says they want to change the world. Few know that this is possible, and that it is much easier than you think. You have not incarnated at this time by chance. It has taken many millennia of preparation for us to be allowed to be here on Earth now, as part of the transition from the third to the fifth dimension, with the ascension of part of humankind. You are here awake to make your own ascension, and soon you will be ascended master. You need to know it and, above all, believe it. You are much more than you think you are. Whereas before you were a tiny particle of your own consciousness, now that consciousness is rapidly increasing and new versions of yourself are taking over your material body. You are becoming a new consciousness. Returning home. According to Vidal Frosi, all souls who were willing to experience and learn on this planet Earth knew very well that the divine plan was for this earthly humankind. They knew all the situations they would encounter and also all the steps they had to take in each life. And above all, they knew that one day of the apprenticeship would be completed and they would be assured of returning home. So, you who have incarnated here on this planet are part of this group of souls who were given the unique opportunity to be here. It has been said before that only brave souls accept such an experience, for Earth is one of the toughest schools of souls in this universe. The divine plans are perfect. The consciousness of all incarnated soul here is so limited that there is no way to grasp the magnitude of such plans. Only when the veils are fully lifted will it be able to see the dimension and proportion of all. And that time of revelation has already begun. Your consciousness is expanding rapidly. You understand things today that you didn't understand a year or more ago. The process of expansion has been accelerated to such an extent that what used to take centuries now takes a few years or even a few months. The process of expansion of consciousness is not the same for everyone. It has also been said here that we are all on a ladder, and each one is on the rank that suits his or her frequency, that is, his or her capacity to absorb the changes that are taking place now. No one has the opportunity to acquire new knowledge if they are not able to assimilate this information. The origin. The creative source is the origin of all that exists in the infinite omniverse. It can also be called the central cosmic sun. Everything there is pure light. It is a loving consciousness, so vast that it cannot be comprehended, and that is why we say that this consciousness is divine. Everything is created there because everything comes from there, that is, from the source. God, source, cosmic central sun, light, love, energy, in short, a package summed up in one's consciousness. You are a divine spark emanating from this source. Through this divine atomic seed, you became a monad. You fragmented into many selves until you arrived at this fractal of the soul that was so small that you almost lost awareness of who you really are. But that was necessary, otherwise you could not be on this third-dimensional planet. The divine spark or seed atom is, in fact, a powerful atomic force. So great is this energy. And that is why it can create planets, stars, and galaxies. And to inhabit these worlds beyond the source, it has to break down into less atomic parts. So, it splits into 12 super souls, each into 12 more, and yet they remain in the state of super souls. Only then does each super soul divide into souls. And to inhabit third-dimensional worlds like Earth, souls must divide into pieces of their own consciousness. It is to say, fractals. You incarnated here, and one of those fractals. You incarnated here are one of those fractals. Remember that you are a fractal consciousness. Therefore, you do not know other higher versions of yourself. You feel that you are isolated from source, but this is not true. But it is not true. You just don't remember it yet. But the time to awaken is now. Little by little, you will remember things you never thought you knew. This happens as your consciousness expands and integrates with its higher versions. Integration. The ascension process is always based on the integration of a lower consciousness by its higher version. We can compare the trousers of a baby to those of an adult. As a baby, you could fit several people into these trousers. However, as they grow, fewer and fewer babies fit, until in the form of an adult body, there is always only one body inside. This integration of previously fragmented versions of the same consciousness is such a natural process that it causes no discomfort. You will always be yourself, only with a broader consciousness. You will never see yourself as two people, as many think. You will be an enhanced self, more evolved. Right now, many are in the crossing between dimensions. It is necessary to make that dimensional passage. The doors are open, and all you need to do is to have the necessary frequency to go through them. The secret of liberation lies in knowing how to achieve the necessary frequency. No one can do this process for another. To guide, yes, but not to intervene. Each soul fractal will decide when it wants to make this journey. Indeed, if it is willing to make the necessary effort, yes. An effort for the journey requires willpower, determination, and preparation. No one is carried on your lap or on your back. Therefore, it is a moment of decision. You will challenge yourself in courage, determination, wisdom, and above all, confidence. Yes, with confidence, because you have been prepared for hundreds of lifetimes to be here, and now, ready to face the ultimate obstacles. Call out. Stay tuned for the next few weeks and the first part of the next year. There will be immense challenges, and you will be shaken by many trials. The clamour of those who will not make the crossing into the fifth dimension will be deafening. So, you will feel fearful and want to give up. You will be tested often, but you will never lack for support. Everything around you may tremble, but nothing will harm you if you continue to trust in the plan. Remember that the divine plan is not threatened by any human being, no matter how powerful. The powers of the human being never override the powers of the Creator, and that includes your own power, for you are a free soul. You are a consciousness and not a body, as has hitherto been assumed. Nothing and no one can hold consciousness captive, because consciousness has no material form. You are free as long as you understand who you are. The illusion of the third dimension makes you believe otherwise. But now the veils are beginning to disappear, and little by little you are discovering the truth. Truth sets you free. Truth is the passport to these crossroads. That is why there are so many attacks and attempts to destroy the truth. But the Creator has already given his stop. The times are near, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth from those who cannot make the dimensional crossing. Wonderful times for all who have made or are making merit. I am Vital Frosty, and my mission is enlightenment. New phase. Jenny Shields saw an illuminated grid anchored completely to the earth. This grid carries a higher frequency, a higher electrical current that allows much of the soul to anchor into the body. Many will mark this time as the time of rebirth. He asked how long this process would take, and was told that it would vary from person to person. It will depend on what needs to be purged and how resistant one is to the new. Each flashing of your soul requires that we let go of what is no longer in alignment. She was told, be a newborn again. Look at everything with wonder. Let go of what you think you know, and allow the truth to come through you, without judgment. Be open to everything. You are magic in a kingdom that has forgotten that it is also magic. Green light. Ready for the matching signal by Steve Biko. The days ahead will be full of changes, unlike what most of you ever thought would happen, said J. A. Holmes. The efforts of the waked are intense, and they are working hard to distract and destroy any attempt to overthrow them. You will have to pay attention. Stay away from vengeance and toxicity. The overall plan is huge, and the acts are global in this effort. The delays have been to make this great improvement as safe and sensible as possible. Failure is not going to happen in an ascension that is the first of its kind anywhere in creation into a new region of space where all the rules have changed. It is not in the plan. The fulfillment of the plan is unavoidable, and it will be done. Humankind has failed in previous ascensions when Atlantis and Lemuria sank beneath the waves of the sea. The dark side had plans to bring this planet into a nuclear winter that would have killed most of the inhabitants, but that is not the plan. Everything is ready and has been for some time, and they are just waiting to receive the signal to move forward. The incoming energies are a great support to bring us to the period of time when humankind will officially join the galactic community and will be able to have full and open contact. That means we will receive updates and downloads to prepare us for contact. Breaking news. Germany returns to coal as energy security trumps climate targets. Winter storm hits US on Christmas Eve. Utilities call for power savings and warn of power outages due to frost. More migrants are left outside Vice President Kamala Harris' home in the cold. New law signed by Biden will install kill switches on all new cars. Clones are imperfect and detectable, according to Michael Baxter. Doctors at Womack Army Medical Center, Fort Bragg, said Friday that clones are imperfect and had they left their cloning cylinders alive, would have been detectable under close scrutiny. As previously reported, Special Forces found and destroyed a cloning laboratory in the Missouri Ozarks. Before collapsing the structure, they took evidence. A book is found in Turkey showing the face of Yeshua. Pope Francis admits elegant demon larks in Vatican. In his annual Christmas address Wednesday, in the Vatican's Golden Hall, the Pope said that when an unclean spirit leaves a person, the spirit returns and brings 7 other spirits worse than him. However, this is all in quotes. However, we are in greater danger than all the others because we are beset by elegant demon, who doesn't make a noisy entrance, but comes with flowers in his hand, Pope Francis said. He also used the speech to push the pseudo-progressive bandwagon, stating that the message, in quotes, the message of Jesus is not eternal and can change over time. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.